Welcome to Exponent Rules Review. Combining like terms. What are like terms? Well, like terms are terms that have the same variables and powers. So, terms that have the same variables and powers. Looking at A, let's identify which ones are like terms. So you can circle or highlight. I'm going to highlight in different colors because there are different sets of them. I look at the first term, 4ab. There's an a to the power of 1 and a b to the power of 1. When I look at the second term, again, I have an a to the power of 1 and a b to the power of 1. So I have the same variables with the same powers. I can combine those together, the 4 and the -6, make a -2, and then my a to the first power and b to the first power are still a to the first power and b to the first power. They remain the same. The next one has a 3a squared b. So the a is squared and the b is to the power of 1. The fourth term here has an a to the power of 1 and a b squared. So that is not the same. But this last one has an a squared and b to the power of 1. So we can combine those two. When we combine the first one, or the third one and the fifth one together, we have a 3 and a 5, which is 8, and an a squared and b to the power of 1. On part B, let's do it again. This first one has a c squared and a d squared. So I'm looking for another one that has a c squared and a d squared. So I need the same variables with the same powers. When I combine those together, I have a 10 and a 5, which makes 15 c squared d squared. This next one has a c to the first power and a d cubed. This is c to the second power and d to the first power. This last one is c to the first power and d cubed. So we have found a match of like terms here and here. When I combine the 6 and the -4, I get 2 c d cubed. Go ahead, pause your video and do the try it. Thanks for pausing your video. You should have combined the h to the fourth and the j. So a 4 and a 13 make 17 h to the fourth j. Your h cubed j squared matched with the other h cubed j squared, and the -14 and the +15 makes 1. We don't need to write that invisible 1 right here. But you could, I suppose. When we simplify, though, we don't put that there. So that just is h cubed j squared. Now let's talk about simplifying expressions. To simplify an expression means that we're going to combine all of the like terms and have it as simple as possible. So we need to first identify our like terms. We're going to start by looking for all of the highest exponents. So I have a 5a cubed and a -8a cubed, so those are the same. You can look at my a squareds, 7a squared, and my 5a squared. We'll look at our a's. We have -6a, -3a, and a +11a. And then we have our constants, -12 and 4. We're going to go ahead and write these with the highest exponent coming first. So our 5a cubed and our negative 8a cubed go together to make a negative 3a cubed. Next we'll go for a squared. So that's our 7a squared and our 5a squared. So that makes a positive 12a squared. Now we'll go for our a's. So I have negative 6a. And a negative 3a makes negative 9a, plus 11a makes a positive 2a. And then combining our constants, we have a negative 12 and a positive 4, which makes a negative 8. Let's combine like terms on part B. This one is x squared and y. So let's look for all of the x squared y to the first power. And that's all of those. This one has an xy. This one has an xy. This one has an xy. Xy squared of this one, and an xy squared, and another xy squared. And then we have this lone x cubed y that didn't match with anything. Okay, starting with alphabetical order, x comes before y, so we're going to go ahead and write this in the correct order. We're going to start with the x cubed y. And now we're going to go for the x squareds. So that is our red color that I circled. So 2 and a 3 together makes a 5x squared y. And now we're going to go for x to the first power with the y. So we have the negative 16 and the negative 13 makes a negative 29 plus 2 is a negative 27xy. And finally, we have our x and our y squared. So we have 5 plus 4 is 9, plus 11 is 20x y squared. Go ahead and pause the video and come back and check your work when you're done. Hopefully you paused your video and can now check your answers.